It's the Cable League. MTG Gathering Show.
Ooh. So I love Athari and I love Chrome Mox. I'm not actually sure which one wins more for me. Haste Bird or Chrome Mox. I'm gonna take the bird. Am I becoming too one note? One of the things that keeps me interested in Cube, I've said this for years, one of the things that keeps me interested in Cube is the fact that you can like switch it up, like draft a different archetype each time. And this season I've just like been like, yup, give me the Haste Bird. That's all I want to do. I just want to Haste Bird people. And then sometimes I artifacts, and then like a lot of times my artifacts decks also have the Haste Bird. It's really fun though. You know what I mean? It's hard to say that it's wrong, because it's so fun. I'm gonna Haste Bird. It's good. Yeah, but it's good and fun. Like, it's just a good time. Watching all those tokens sprint into play. Is it more or less fun than Itali? I think it's more fun than Itali by a lot. Itali has been somewhat unfun for me this in this cube. Do we Roaming Throne? I mean, I should Bone Crusher Giant, right? With this start. This is like what you should, quote unquote, should do. Roaming Throne wheels a lot. It's really sweet to name Phoenix. It's so much fun. Got to do that a few times. Not a pokes off it. That's fair. Always Throne, surely. Always Throne. We've had Throne do some really cool shit. I've not seen them live, no. I'd love to, though. That's a curve, huh? That's a curve. Throne does wheel often, yeah. If they cut Throne next iteration, you'll be sad. Same mana works. It didn't sound likely. Oh, that's Elite Solitude. I need this Arid Mesa too. As much as I like Glory Banger, I should probably grab something that's like cheaper than 3, right? Sentinel's not bad. I've also seen Chrome Mox wheel. It doesn't happen very often, though. We did BA, and that deck did Trophy. That deck was nuts. In a deck like this, I really do like the free spells. I'm going to grab Splicer, though. I think. Yeah. One of the issues with Roaming Thrones in like a non-artifact deck is that you have a lot more competition for the 4-drops. Could still be really good here though, right? We have Solitude and Athari. Blade Splicer. I have certainly gotten to equip Esper Sentinel with a wide variety of equipments. Thrown on human. Get double Esper Sentinel triggers. Ooh, I'm gonna play that fucking Mutavault. If I get like a shitload of fixing, I might play the factory because it does pair well with the Mutavault. But yeah, Mutavault rebuying Athari is cute. I've gotten to do it once. Roaming Throne can also rebuy Athari. The issue is you have to name Rebel with Roaming Throne. This is a little Palace Stealer action. That Talisman's so good with our curve. So good with our curve. Curve might fill out, though. Yeah, it's counting the round time, Mofaloaf. Hello, Fourth. Is Talisman the only fixing rock in the cube? No, there's like Coalition Relic and stuff. Chalice does help the curve. I guess I grab it. Interesting. I like Shieldbreaker and Clamp. I'm going to take Clamp here. Just draw the cards. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Yeah, Containment Priest is nice, like, main deck hate. Hits a lot of key archetypes. Particularly Reanimator, but it also is good against, like, Sneak Attack and Flash and Natural Order. I kind of want this Revoker. Revoker is also good. You can, like, for sure hit something, right? And play a name the opponent's Mox or Talisman or whatever. It's also clampable, which is kind of good here. Found the Tendrils, yeah, that the other deck needed. We'll see some Pyromancer action. Heck yeah. Yeah, usually white-red lands are real easy to find. Odd for them to, like, not only not wheel, but just, like, not show up at all. I think I like Heart of Kirin over the Season Hollow Blade. Hey, there we go. Ooh, Staff and Talisman Wheel. They're both so good. I think the Talisman is still great for our curve. And good for our mana. These are all like maybes. I'm not sure about my current 2-drops. That might get reworked. The Chalice is less necessary with the Talisman wheeling. A little bit more consistency running both. We have 4th, which is like a huge mana sink, right? And then the 5's worth ramping into. Yeah, we'll see. I've dug Portable Hole. I'm gonna something between those 2 volumes. That's pretty good. Definitely an indie pickup. There's another Mountain Plains. Don't love it coming to play tapped, but Beggars, Choosers, etc. Thinking about Thalia. A lot of our top end is creatures. Like right now it's just Wedding Announcement, Elspeth, and 4th. I think it's going to be better for us on average. I like it better if we had some Moxen to get it down turn 1, you know? Ooh. Hello. I'm going to take Swords over Lelia. Lelia's great. But right now we're removal light. Like we kind of just have this Solitude. And Bone Crusher, I guess. Hopefully that Bivouac comes back, huh? I'm just going to take Winds. Much worse than Swords, but sometimes it's great. I'm going to take Smuggler's Copter and then just, like, swap out the Heart of Kirin. Yeah, I dig that. Is Balance the best white card ever printed? I don't think Balance is even the best white card in the cube. Probably one of these. The 3-mana initiative creature. Yeah, that's a good pick. Adeline's really good. I'd grab it and replace one of these 2-drops pretty quickly. How much should we care about fixing? We do have like double reds and double whites. And not much else going on turn 1. Like we should be able to play it pretty often. I think we just need it. Hey, nice. Nice. Yeah, so that's how I felt about it. Cute, but not worth the pick. I think one of these is ending up in the sideboard. Depending on what we wheel here. Wedding Announcement's so much better if you have some fast mana. Yeah, combination of things I'm rando. One is that I do think red is pushed. The red threats, I think, are pushed in this version of the cube. And then white's always open. So, like, we got the Solitude kind of late. We had the Swords pass to us and stuff. And then the gold cards are all great. So a combination of it being open and then just very good and very fun. Triumph versus Wasteland. I think I'm going to grab Wasteland for the sideboard. I do have Thalia here. I don't want 2 Comes Blade tap lands, I don't think. Well, I say as I grab another one. But that one's a creature land. It's different. The next round of the 64 person's happening soon. Just killing time. Just murdering time. Smothering it with a pillow in its hospital bed. So we can collect its inheritance that we are owed. Damn time. Holding on to what's mine. I kind of like 17 lands here with the Sunbaked Canyon, Restless Bivouac, and Mutavault. All those critter lands. We do have a Talisman, though. We have a dedicated Mana Rock. Maybe 16's good. Yeah, let's jam 16. That's like 24 lands in a 60-person, right? Or a 60-person. 60-land deck. I think I'll be alright. That's my favorite part of the song. When he comes with, and then we fall! Bloom. I think I want to even these out a little bit. So it's 11 white sources with the Talisman. And 10 red. I think I dig it. I dig it! Yeah, a lot of interesting considerations here. We could play the Heart of Kirin, in which case I'd want the Hollow Blade, maybe Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp is maybe better than Wedding Announcement in this deck. It's cool with Containment Priest, though I haven't had that come up in a bit, but we got a bunch of other things to blink. And the announcements, like, I said this earlier, but Wedding Announcement's much worse if you're not powering it out, right? Really cool card to play off Mana Crypt on turn 1, or like Mox into on turn 2. It gets worse, though. I think there's a lot of stuff for our Flicker Wisp to do here. Still Crested Elemental. It is. So same creature type as the Solitude. If we Containment Priest in play, like Flicker Wisp exiling 2 things could be pretty real. I like that cutting Wedding Announcement is like cutting a non-creature for Thalia too. Now we're at above Thalia on the curve. It's like just Elspeth in 4th, so it's a pretty good Thalia deck. I actually run Thalia kind of rarely because usually I've got a bunch of like 4-mana walkers and stuff, and it's just bad. O-ring shit, you know, hurting me more than the opponent. I think it's good here though. I got a bunch of spells, but they're, you know, they come down before Thalia on the curve. They're cheaper for the most part. You know how good Elspeth is? I think Elspeth's great in like this. I think Elspeth is good here specifically. We got like Clamp for the tokens, and like we really care about jumping things to murder the opponent. It's gonna help us finish out a lot of people. You think this mana's a little rough? I do not. Didn't I just do the count for you? It's like 10 and 11 or something. Totally fine. The Talisman's kind of like adding 2 duels, and we have like 4 duels here. Man, it's totally solid. Then we got like Smuggler's Copter and Inti that can help us fix too, help us filter. Sometimes you can't do anything. Yeah, and sometimes you keep a hand that is like mediocre even if you hit. I don't think you can do that. Sometimes you can't do anything excuse, right? When you fuck up a key decision point like that. Ooh, now I don't have to name for Revoker. They did have a great deck, though. As you can tell, I'm not salty about that loss or anything, even though I liked our deck and liked our odds of making the finals, if not top 8ing. Almost like discarding a land here. I'm gonna discard the Skyclave and the Revoker. Max my tokens. That is what I was saying, Eric, yeah. No need for the Jesus, though. Folks are consoling me. That's fine. I don't mind being consoled. Free will is an illusion. Oh, man. Hope looting away this priest doesn't burn me. It feels like I'm just, like, killing them, though, right? Playing one of these next turn. Like, here's their spot to show and tell or flash. And holding up Containment Priest next turn doesn't stop that. So fourth thing next turn is +4 damage, and Elspeth's +3 damage. I feel like Elspeth's still better. Because we get another land, and then the fourth gives you another 2/2 next turn. So the fourth next turn could give you 6 damage, right? And the Elspeth's giving you 3 twice. Instead of fourth giving you 4 twice. Oh, Deep Root makes it like even more cut and dry. Now we're actually getting more damage out of the Elspeth because it's jumping in 2/2. This is a sexy hand. This hand makes me feel things. And they realized they were just dead on board and they must not have had anything. Then a 2-mana 2/3. Blue mana. We didn't really see much of their deck, right? We just saw that 2/3 and Steve. I think we keep Containment Priest in. Hollowblade does match up better against the 2/3. Blue-green are, you know, Natural Order and Green Sun Zenith and Flash and Show and Tell. Maybe on the draw I am supposed to have the Hollowblade, though. Mutable turn 1 could attack turn 2. I don't do that line very often, though. Just turn a Bolt into a strip mine. Awkward. Well, I have some flyers that could get around that. Actually, Bone Crusher. The issue with Bone Crusher is, like, they have to be blocking. I think they're just going to attack, unless I play out the Bone Crusher, right? And then I don't have it to do prevent the protection clause. Offspring underrated. Yeah, right? Why does nobody give this Offspring band any credit? And that's what I want to know. Alright, I'll do this. Sure. There's something to Swordsing and Ring Out the Hollowblade. This is pretty similar, though, right? Both leave me with the 3/1 in play. If I had really wanted to get both off the board, I could have clamped my Thalia. And then Bone Crusher the Druid plus Swords. But then I have no pressure, right? I just have no board presence at all. An odd hype song. The song reminds me of Mexico. When I was younger, we went on a family trip there. And this song played everywhere. Every actual space where you could imagine someone playing a song, this track was playing. My parents are pretty sure they got drugged on that trip. Every night for dinner, so that we could afford to go out to eat every night. They would go listen to a sales pitch for those temporary vacation places. What are those called? You like rent a timeshare. A timeshare. They would go listen to sales pitches for timeshares. There'd be people on the streets, like looking to get tourists, and they're like, "Here, we can give you like free skydiving or this other stuff. Here's our options if you come listen to our pitch." And then sometimes it would be like a tuna dinner and stuff. And so they would go listen to the pitch and be like, "All right, no, we're not interested." And then we'd eat the food or go parasailing or, tourist stuff. One of these times, their demeanor drastically changed. They were given food right before the actual meeting, and they were like unusually chipper, and everything just sounded like a good idea, and they were like not clear-headed at all. And the next day they had like a really weird hangover, and they'd signed papers for a timeshare. So yeah, they're pretty sure they got drugged. So yeah, every couple of years we would go to Mexico because then we had a timeshare there. And every other year we would go to Florida because the timeshare had a deal where you could like trade. You could trade your vacation with folks in Florida. And then they finally got out of it. Some like 3 or 4 years later. Hey, Rotorius, thanks for 53 months. Wow, that sucks, Mio. I'm sorry to hear that. Terrifying. I think we've reached the just kill him stage of things. I really want to Inti, but I don't want to discard either of these. I guess it would be thrown, huh? We are not in the 64 person, no. I kept like kind of a awkward hand, and my opponent turned 2 Nissa'd me. And I super died. Interesting, not trying to trade there. I guess they figured we can just discard. Opponent needs a pretty good one here. Fuck, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think activating both was also good, but... Because you have the Inti discard to make the Hollow Blade and trample, and the Restless can make it another +1, so it would have been 6 trample, and then another 6 split. Oh well. But it's too sky for the jazz playlist, which is actually a funk playlist that just accepts a lot of jazz tracks because they have a audible bass line. I think we lead on Giver, I am eluding away this restless. Ska is punk. Like third wave ska. Yeah, trust keys. God damn it. Right, that's what I was getting at, Real Milkman. Not even necessarily white people, True Nate. But yeah, that's the vibe. How do I deal with sad? Oh, seasonal depression? I don't really get it. During the I'm pretty nocturnal. Like even during the regular year, I don't get much sunlight and stuff. Every once in a while, I like think about it and take some B vitamins. Not really a thing, right? Yeah, that was my impression too, Garth. I think the only first wave ska artists I've heard were not white. But my experience with first wave ska is like very minimal. Like I just like dipped my toe in to see if it was something that I liked. Fucking hard, huh? I'm gonna bin Palace Jailer. And I originally binned my mountain thinking that if I hit a land I would play it, but now I think I want to get the bivouac down, so I have double white for Elspeth. Although next turn we get 2 more looks, huh? Maybe I do just play the mountain. Vitamin K is important if you supplement vitamin D. You get it from leafy greens. Cool. I've gone up on leafy greens. I could eat more broccoli, though. Broccoli, spinach, avocado. That sounds like something I can take at face value. Those are things I want to eat anyway. Seaweed snack is great for everything since it's delicious. I'm not super high on seaweed. I don't dislike it, but it's not something that I would choose to eat. Seaweed is there to hold my raw fish next to my rice. It's really good at holding raw fish next to rice, yeah. The best. Hell yeah, Prometheus. That sounds dope too. So Elspeth looked a lot better than Palace Jailer when we made that decision 3 turns ago. How a board can change, huh? Maybe Bivouac should just be serving. Would have been 7 on board, put him to 1. Everyone's talking about how much they love this dong. I think no one here is the best dong lover but me. Dismember, eh? Sure. So I was planning on attacking with the Smuggler's Copter and then looting with the Seasoned Pyromancer to rebuy. But I guess we're just going to cast the Seasoned Pyromancer again, huh? Statistically, yeah. Yeah. But, that doesn't mean that... That's not, a quality thing, right? Tibalt? How could something as pure as dong love get better with experience? That's what I want to know. They have to bounce, right? Opponent disagrees. I assumed we were talking about Donald Glover. Hi, I'm Mio. I think Contagion's the only card that could stop me now. I win. Seems like a matchup for a wedding announcement, huh? Do we think they have a reanimator sub theme? We didn't see any of that. We just saw control stuff. I'm gonna cut the priest. I kind of like the Heart of Kieran. One more thing to live through a sweeper. I don't want to cut any of this stuff though. Maybe the portable hole. Yeah. Yeah. Typing is hard, yeah. The red free one is in the cube, Argonautica, yeah. Pyro, whatever. You like absent over wins? I think I still like wins. Would love this hand with the second mana. We're gonna send it back. Do you keep this on 6 on the draw? I don't think so, right? Because even if you could land the copter, like you don't have anything to crit. We're 1-5. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Metronics thinks the 7 months there. Amazing Breadman. That is kind of the vibe, huh? Oh shit, what up? Hey, Argonautica. I wish I kept that Athari now. Been in with this Pyromancer. Yeah, thanks for the wise comment there, Matronics. Cheers, folks. Oh, damn, we got that I'm actually level 1 raid. I'm actually level 1 known vintage, actual vintage streamer extraordinaire. And an interesting brewer. Does play other Eternal formats on occasion. And definitely worth a follow. Thanks for the raid. I'm actually level 1. Have a good stream. Hey, Mustable, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the unwise comment there. So I'm going to play Inti off these 2 duels, and if they counter it, then I can go like land, activate Mutavault. And if they don't counter it, then I can serve with the copter and bin a land and maybe play a land off the top. Maybe I'm supposed to have the land pre-combat anyway. In case they like kill the copter so I can't loot. And I still want to get in with the Mutavault, right? Still want to get that 1/1 counter. Yeah, fuck it, let's go. Maybe I even want to activate now. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're doing stuff. Yeah, so no chance we would get a card off of that. Literally just discarding a card for a 1/1 counter. But that's kind of nice on a land, huh? Hard to answer with sweepers and what. Doesn't feel like I double mauled. Yeah, I almost certainly could have gotten value somehow this turn, huh? Sequence my land drops and stuff differently. I mean, if I played the Pyromancer, I discard the land from hand anyway. They're chumping, eh? I think chump implies a sweeper here. Because the 2-1 could trade with the Pyromancer. Or potentially get other value on the next turn. Yeah, we took Swords to Plowshares over Lilia in this deck. I think if we hit a land here, I like serving both. But as is, I'm going to play this Elspeth and get countered. I could bring back the Pyromancer tokens. Maybe that's good. It's like 5 mana for 2 1/1s though, and they're at 14. Yeah, I'll just do this. Yep. I kind of wish I hit a land. If you only have, I mean, if you got a full grip, it's like kind of bad to answer a Sculler with the trigger on the stack. With only 1 card though, this is totally fine. The issue is that the Leaves Play return trigger resolves before the exile trigger. So if you have a full grip, they would get to exile the card permanently. So usually you just let the Sculler trigger resolve, and it takes your 1 removal spell, and then a later removal spell unlocks it. Usually. The reanimating my Seasoned Pyromancer. God, I almost spent my whole turn flashing that back. And it drew them a recall. Great. That line would have worked out so much better. But I spent my turn making 2 1/1s. Fawcom. They're up to 5 cards. How different is this game if I would have just like drawn the land to serve both that one turn? Two mana 1/1. You'd love to see it. Went on to 7. We have a board. If Deep Cavern Imp was their best play last turn, you gotta imagine there's some lands in that hand, right? This is a Delve Spell. Duress. This looks like a concession to me. Force Negation, Duress, yeah. Those things will resolve. Yeah, they fucking they drew 2 off the Pyromancer, then recalled themselves. And in those cards, they got Deep Cavern Imp, Tide Hollow Sculler, Duress, Force of Negation. Oh man, the curve is rough, right? But we don't have very many ones. We got like a couple. I think we have a solid chance. I mean, we have 2 draws towards a 2-drop on 2. And then the Swords is not nothing. Hey, thanks for the match, Big Telbowski. Good luck in your future rounds. Alright, this is not working out. This draw is not landing for me. There's a lot of power here. We had the time to play it. Opponent's not doing anything. They've got to be sitting on a bunch of removal, right? They just got to be. I'm going to Palace Jailer. I was thinking about Roaming Throning. I was thinking about Rampaging Raptoring. I think this is just good. Binning Grizzlebrand. We now understand why they kept their hand. With Corpse Dance, I don't think we Solitude it, the Grizzlebrand. It would just be like gaining a 7 life, right? Oh, it stops the Monarchy. I guess that's worth. Because who knows if we can even get it back with the Raptor, right? They might just have a removal spell. And this Monarchy might help me, like, keep pace with their shit. They're all the cards in the world here. You like Palace Jailer because what haste does black have? Yeah. Opponent's turn. Attacking with a hasty 7/7. They also could have flashed in like Orcs at end of turn. I feel like Orcs would have come down already. They usually do 420 Blaze it. The issue is I'm going to be gone for a week. Just jam into Boatmaster now. Interesting. Fuck. Seeing Archon and Ashen Rider hit the bin. This game might not be a winnable thing. Yeah. So he's going to bring back Archon, which will make me sack my Rampaging. We'll go up to 12. I don't think even 4th does anything there. Yeah, we can scoop here. You win. Good job. Containment Priest is already in. I dig that. We didn't see a ton of targets for Portable Hole, but I think it stays in. I like the Thalia. I kind of want to play Unexpectedly Absent. Kinda. Revoker on Grizzlebrand's real. I might just send this back. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. They have a lot of discard, and I'm not like super confident in this priest. I might even Talisman here. Yeah, we didn't see Exhume out of them. I think playing Talisman's fine. Or Entomb, rather. Well, there it is. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I was planning on Raptoring. I think I should probably... Yeah, they have to target, right? Archon to the Exile Zone. Not bad. Threat contained, huh? Threat fucking contained. I don't want to... So, like, they need to get the Containment Priest off the board for their Reanimator stuff to work. But I don't want to clamp the Containment Priest, because then Orcs could clear it. Yeah, I don't know how much I like that attack. Jamming the PJL didn't, like, super help me last game, though. I think I just want to, like, get as much damage in as possible, right? Just try and win. We don't have to equip Clamp to be repping lethal. Yeah, ideally they're just chumping. Solituding before blockers doesn't give me lethal, right? They gain 2 and go up to 6, take 4. Cool. To game 3 we go. This is the finals, right? For all the marbles. I have a card that Containment Priest. Alright, I'll cut the hole for the absent. What am I going to do with the marbles if I win? Only a fool would tell someone their marble plans. Alright, so first I'm going to invest in a, like, sort of a marble-based monopoly. Corner the local markets. Get a nice, like, marble store / competition area set up. Make a skull? Yeah, maybe. Sounds marvelous. A buddy invited me to a gaming convention where they might actually play marbles. I don't think they will, but a lot of old school games. Yeah, he had an extra vendor pass, and he has to like drive through my neck of the woods anyway. So I think I'm gonna be doing that in April. A lot of classic games, like a lot of classic arcade games set up as free to play. And then there's like some tabletop and CCGs and stuff. I was looking through the website and they listed air hockey. Air hockey made the cut. Third land, please. Nice. Yeah, we're just going to B-splice. If you fourth here with a single token, they can just like kill it and you get nothing, right? I'd rather a larger fourth. Yeah, maybe I'm just Raptoring next turn. Huh. This is like terrible, right? I get the trigger the Bullmaster when this thing dies. I hate this so much. This clamp equip might have been real bad. Now killing one thing kills 2 things and gives them an army. Sneak aim. I'm at 20 still. Yeah, so Archon just beats me. Grizzlebrand doesn't, but Archon does. Yeah, Flickering Revoker might have been good. I feel like the Revoker was just the most fragile thing ever. And they have a lot of removal, but it might have been better. Might have been better than my line. Oh, they're gonna get a Blade Splicer. So now my Golem can't attack. It's fucked up. Yeah, this attack must be dead on board. That's fine. Alright, you win. Not dead on board, like we can chump their Golem token, but, you know, dead. Dead to win, dead to draw.